Gentleman from California reserves. The gentleman from New York is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I now yield 3 minutes to the distinguished gentlelady from Texas, Ms. Jackson Lee.
Gentlelady is recognized.
Let me thank the gentleman and ask that I have the ability to submit my statement into the record, unanimous consent. It is important to really take a look at what we're doing here today, and it is very obvious that we are addressing this question from the perspective of punishing families and punishing our children. Yes, the children. The children are of all of us, because we know that no matter what country you're in, the children are our future. And so this legislation that is supposed to be a border security bill done without bipartisanship and extensively rejecting thoughtful amendments given by the members of the Judiciary Committee and Homeland Security. And so in Houston, this is to create an added nightmare in order not to be able to help those who are in need. Because they are coming, because in fact, there are processes where they are able to access the process of asylum. The fear that is made and given to the American people is to create hysteria rather than reason. I don't know what happened to the very reasonable comprehensive immigration reform led by the late John McCain. Republicans dished it, leaving DACA recipients, people who are EMS and doctors and lawyers, still in limbo. So here we come again with this bill that is the child deportation bill. And it says in Houston to Catholic Charities or the National Association of Christian Churches that is helping in New York that you will be made criminals because we will not allow you to help those who are coming forward who have status with paperwork for an asylum, but yet they are still unstatus, undocumented. It makes it absolutely impossible to come to the border to seek asylum. It upends the process and protections in place for unaccompanied children and requires all migrants seeking admission without a visa either to be detained or subjected to a program that Trump had. And we know if we have someone who is going to, in essence, pardon all of the January 6 persons, that is not a reliable policy. It is clear that mandating indefinite detention for all asylum-seeking families and children is a deportation bill for children. Allowing children to be detained in the Border Patrol facilities for an entire month is a cruel and inhumane act. Hold a 9-month-old baby in your arms who was separated from their family. And maybe then, as I did, almost 6 years, almost more than 6 years, almost 10 years ago, this has been ongoing through all administrations. And the only reason that the past administration had a Title 42 is because of the pandemic. We need not to have that patchwork of disaster. We need to be able to ensure that we are working studiously to ensure. Let me share with you these numbers, because people are in fact alarmed, and they need to know that the migrants coming in are from Mexico. We do have an OTM other than Mexican people already going back. India, China, the Philippines, East Salvador, Vietnam, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Guatemala, and Korea. So it is a widely diverse based upon the persecution that people are feeling or the economic lack of life. I would only say that as we proceeded to do this work, do you know, as I leave this podium, that if you're an overstay in a hospital, you can automatically be criminally charged. And an amendment that I said, what is the intent? Do you know whether they were in the hospital? They had a funeral. They were, in essence, near death. No mercy. This legislation needs to go back to the drawing boards, and Americans and Houstonians are asking for us to do the right thing and to get security at the border and not have a bill that does nothing. That's what it does, absolutely nothing. I yield back. Thank you.